What's up, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video. This is Dragonsnake Bog Free Roam, which is the area found on the planet Dagobah, which we've been there before. We're going to go ahead and look around and see what we see. Boo. All right, I'm already chasing you off. My bad. All right, 15 Kyber bricks, couple of character tokens, as well as a ship, and a data card as well. Although we're broke and we still can't afford to pay for the last exchange and upgrade our multiplier. We'll do that soon enough. All right, quick links down below in the video description for all of them collectibles. And of course, here we are flying around in Mustafar space. We've just wrapped it up. We got all 5 of the bricks, a couple of tokens, and a ship as well. It was a weird one. It was a double whammy as it took us on a mission and gave us a character and a ship in one. But hey, we're off just to the neighboring planet here, Dagobah, and we're going to drop in on Dragonsnake Bog to go ahead and get some collecting going. And keep in mind that this video has been ever so slightly sped up and all of the travel and non-essential gameplay scenes have been removed. So there may be a time or two where things load a little faster or whatnot, or maybe we're moving a little hotter than you are, but that's okay. You can always pause it and get caught up. All right, right behind our ship location, in our case it happens to be the X-Wing, although it's showing the Falcon on the screen there, we got just a floating brick hanging out behind us here, and this is the old welcome brick. Welcome to Dagobah. And all right, we're going to sort of move around in a counterclockwise motion for a majority of this map, but there is a little bit of zigging and a zagging towards the end, so, you know, a little bit of extra travel, I suppose. But again, we got those quick links, so if you're in a hurry to try to find something specific, feel free to use those. Well, we got this crazy apparatus over here with a couple of little, I don't know, there's like a little puzzle piece down there or something, but whatever shall we do? Really, we're going to turn around and use a character with the grapple ability. We went ahead and chose a bounty hunter due to the fact that they have that jetpack as well. And in our case, we're going to jump all the way up on this high left side, grappling up and pulling up the vine, and eventually we get to swing like Tarzan. Ooh. I was trying to do the old Chewy Tarzan that they did in the story. That was pretty awesome. All right, we're going to get our swing on after it lifts up the left side, and we got to yeet all the way over to the right side. Now, if you're really accurate, you could probably land on this other vine hanging, and look at that. It actually lifts up what we needed to do, and now, oh, boy. Okay. All we needed to do was just jump back over there and float in to collect our brick, but I was bad at aim, so we'll go ahead and re-jump over here. I'm going to, I tried to the big Yeetus, and look at this. Talk about scramble and, well, I felt pretty ridiculous, but anyways, we go ahead and slide in there. Hopefully that's the only flub up we have, but feeling kinda fungy is officially complete. Next up, we're going to go ahead and target another brick called Into Exile. I must go. A little bit of Yoda edge there. And, we'll go ahead and follow the old waypoint marker. Now that we got it marked, we're going to run right over in through this giant log, and we've got this partial spaceship, I guess. We're going to use the Force and rip down its legs, which you can build into a nice little baboingy pad that'll help you get over inside. But actually, as it turns out, we don't fully need it. But we do need the help of a bounty hunter to go ahead and melt that gold brick. Once it's melted, hop up inside and collect your Kyber. Now, of course, we love studs and got to get them all. So we'll go ahead and build up the legs here and get a nice chunk of change for doing so. Moving right along, we're going to go ahead and tag another Kyber brick. It's actually called Putting Down Roots. This one's on the far left side of the map. And we're going to go ahead and basically run inside here and find that there is a grapple point up above us. Psych! No grapple point on this one. We have to use the Vols. We have a box over here. We're going to use our cheese method here. And I'm not sure if this is what they intended or if they wanted us to go scour a bunch of boxes and stack them all up. But in our case, we're going to go ahead and use this box and lift ourselves up. But as it turns out, there's actually a vine right there. So all you need to do is get the box into place. And so it turns out I didn't know what to do. But I like my method better. I like floating around. Like, so, like if you're having trouble with the float method, feel free to use the vine. It's so divine. All right, moving right along. We'll go ahead and target the next one. I love this one. One Yoda's trash. You know, as that old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. That is definitely what's going on here. We got ourselves a gold box that we're going to need a bounty hunter to melt it on down. And then once we get it done we're going to collect that brick. And, of course, yes, Yoda's trash becomes our treasure. Thank you very much. Speaking of Yoda, why don't we go ahead and take a quick peek into his hut here. And doing so, we're actually going to look up a Kyber brick called Cooking Up Stumps. I say look up because we get inside here, and it's way up top on a high shelf, which normally I don't have problems reaching things on high shelves, but this one's pretty high up there. So we got a nice little tactic for you. There happens to be 2 stumps that you can sit on, but you can also use the Force and move them. We're going to use both of them to stack them up in this far corner over here. And I've got it next to the wall because this will help the pieces not fall apart because they don't actually snap together. They just sort of sit on top of each other. And if you use the Force or smack them around or whatever, they will get flung all over the room. And we don't want that. We want to be able to stack them up and jump up on top of them to get to that higher ledge up there. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get up on there by using this nice little... No, but that's not going to work. So I'm just going to double jump next to it. And luckily, I land it. Use the old pole climb up feature, right? Like, I guess it's not jump to climb, but it's something similar to that. And you should be able to pull yourself up on that ledge and grab that Kyber brick. Now, in my PS4 run where I was scouting, it took me a few attempts to get up there. I made it look really easy right there. But hopefully you guys will have the same experience and have it be easy peasy. All right, right outside of Yoda's hut, we've got another Kyber brick. This one's called the Misty Swamp. We got a couple of boxes we're going to go ahead and lift and stack into place here. Once we get them all lined up, not the mushy, no, not the brushy. Come on, we'll go ahead and pick up the box. There we go. We'll stack it up sort of on the leaning to the left side to give us a little bit of a staircase to get up there. Double jump should get you to the top of those 2 boxes too, but just to make it easier, we'll go ahead and use the handhelds and leap all the way around. Now, I get a little excited and go for some studs over here on my left once I target my scavenger, which, oh yeah, we got to play a little game of switcheroo here. Now, if you find yourself in this situation where you need the character that's already active, just simply switch to him, toggle to somebody else, then switch back and switch to the guy you need. All right, a little bit of a brain fart there. Sorry for the explanation, but I think it all worked out. All right. Before moving on too far, we're going to go ahead and pull out our glider with our favorite scavenger character and glide away out to Misty Swamp, which is kind of hanging out there. So, swoop-a-doop, we got it. We're out of here now. Next up, we're actually going to pick up a character. This happens to be the Scout Trooper, and we're going to get that for completing a mission called Episode 4, A New Home. Now, this actually unlocks another mission that will give us another opportunity. I believe it had another character. I think it's another character token. And this one's pretty easy. Now, keep in mind you will need a Jedi or Sith-based character in order to speak to him, if not using a protocol or astromech droid. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. I happen to have a Jedi out, so it worked out just fine for me. And he says, I need a little bit of an escort because there's all sorts of bad guys and things scattered throughout. Now, we got a bunch of these, like, lizards we need to take out. I'm sure there's a Star Wars official name for them, and I apologize for not knowing. Did you happen to notice the little mouse droid rolling around with the Stormtrooper helmet? We will be back for those in another video. We'll get the challenges done in their own respected videos. So we just released a video not long ago called The Rebel Network, which was a challenge specific to indoor, and so we went ahead and did that while we were there. We didn't want to like leave it alone. We didn't want to leave the area complete and not do it either, so we went ahead and did it before the area. And we'll do that as we go through these. But some of these missions or challenges that are scattered throughout the galaxy, we will probably complete most of those areas, if not all of them, before wrapping the videos up on the challenges. They will likely be some of the last ones we do, again, unless they're specific to a certain area. So if there would have been a challenge only on Dagobah, we would have done that before doing Dagobah. Hopefully that makes sense. My best piece of advice is just follow our playlist order. Those videos, even if you've already done them or don't need to physically watch them, just do the tasks in the same order and you should have no problem making your way through the galaxy. All right, we've got a couple of stops done. We're going to follow him all the way up top here. This is a fun puzzle. In fact, it took me forever to figure it out. Like, there's a rumor that says something about follow the wisps, they'll count the ways or something. But I tried everything. There was, I tried to do 1, 2, 3, 4, tried to do 4, 3, 2, 1, tried to do all sorts of things. But I ended up figuring it out. And then once we get there here in a little bit in the video, I just do it for you. So pretty easy stuff. All right, we got these flying guys now, too. Caw-caw! I'm not really sure if they're supposed to be like a pterodactyl or, again, probably a Star Wars-related, specific, I should say, animal or baddie. We go ahead and use the saber toss to take him down. Now, later, there's a second one we have to take out before this mission is over. And I got to be honest, it wasn't like, it seemed like he had like an invincibility. So I don't know if I was doing something wrong or what. But when we get there, we'll talk about that a little bit, too. And hopefully, you guys won't have the same issue I do. All right, yeah, that cave's way too creepy. I totally agree. However, there is where our final Kyber brick is found in there. I do believe that's the final one. And we'll go ahead and keep on with the keeping on. We got to take out a few more of these little draggies. Actually, I think I scared him by slicing too close. Nope, I was wrong. There is more dragons. So we'll take these little guys out. Cha, 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 cha. I believe there's 3 of them. And then I think there's one more floater, or is that the next area? I think it's the next area. We'll go ahead and advance him. Now, you might have to run back to him and sort of like, you know, make him feel comfortable. And, of course, no shooting or slashing up close proximity to him because he will actually bail on you, and we definitely don't want that. Yeah, I believe his name is R5D4, which I don't know that we've ever seen him in another Lego game or even in the movies. I mean, they have all sorts of ways of sliding the different types of characters in and showing us, hey, this is where R5 came from. But I don't know if we ever have. He might have been one of the... I don't know. You guys probably tell me. I'm bad at Star Wars sometimes. There's definitely things that I am well-versed in and things that I am totally clueless. But speaking of clueless, here we are. We've got another one of these flying guys. And as you might notice, I am attacking him pretty aggressively. Not having much luck with the depleter and the meter. These other guys, though, no problem. Take them all down, quick style. And this guy's swooping in. And guess what? I can't seem to do any damage. I'm hitting him. I'm causing... his whole body to turn red, and it's indicating that I'm doing damage, but yet it's not. But then all of a sudden the meter pops up, and it starts doing damage. I took 75 to old 3PO there, but I can't do 1 to this guy? Eventually, I believe he gets pinned, or maybe that was my PS4. No, that's right. I just yeet the saber up, and it does a bunch of damage. And I keep doing this until it's done did. See, look, I hit him again, and it didn't count. I hit him again, didn't count. There we go. Got up close personal. And it worked. So he is officially done did, and our little bot here should be able to advance. And I do believe we're headed to the final location right now. And this is kind of cool. We get to choose what his house looks like. We get a handful of bricks, and we can choose one of 3 multi-builds. Now, I don't know if there's any secret to this. Maybe there's an Easter egg or something that I missed out on, but I went with the tower build, which is the far right, both times, just because I felt like that was the king-like. And he even makes a comment about, look, oh, I'm the king, or something like that. But Scout Trooper unlock, lock. And we are officially starting another character quest here. This one's called A Place to Crash Land, and it's going to actually yield us the R5D4 character token. Pretty sweet. So I was right, R5D4. I don't mean to brag, but I guess I was totally right. All right, this one's a little easier. We're going to actually scour the lands looking for some materials. Now, just like other missions that we have to scout out and look for things, it will give us a nice blip of the areas to find things in. And we happen to be in it now. And there's a bunch of these green, like seaweedy looking type plants. We're going to go ahead and smash those and find a total of 10 pieces that we can take back to him. So there's a handful of these guys scattered throughout, and each one of them gives us 2. Now, there are 2 types of green, bushy-like plants. Only the ones that kind of like wispy and widery are the ones that are going to give you the pieces you need. In our case, I think I missed one back there floating around, or maybe it's right behind me. We got these other guys trying to attack us, too. And then, of course, 3PO has decided to split himself in half. I'm not sure what that's all about, but there it is. There's the last piece we need. Okay. So we should be good to go on the greens, and now we're going to move over to the wood. Now, what would you do if you were looking for wood? I'd be looking for some tree trunks to smash, and look at that. There's some right around the corner here. Again, we're going to find a handful of these logs. We'll smash them, and it'll reveal some of the pieces we need. Make sure to collect them all. That's right. Got to collect them all. Yeah, come on. I'm getting pretty aggressive here with that. Is that a Gallimimus? I don't know what's going on with that. Like, I couldn't help but feel like I got teleported over to the Jurassic World for a minute. Oh, I think I missed one of the wood pieces there. I would really like to go ahead and grab that. Oh, there it is. It's floating around behind me. I'll go ahead and swoop it. All right, 10 of 10 there, too. Now, last but not least, we need these metal pieces. And as it turns out, there is a designated, if I can say it right, designated area to go to. And once we get there, there's going to be some leftover debris. I don't know if it's from like a ship that crash landed or where it came from. There is a tricky piece that's way up in the tree. And ironically, I remembered that from my scouting run, and I take it on one of the first items I get. And then there's like another tricky one that takes me a few seconds to find it. But there's the one up in the tree. Make sure you knock its block off and then collect the pieces that it drops off. Thank you very much. Another one on the back side of that same tree. So basically, we are sitting pretty. We need to grab those pieces behind us, of course. And there we go. And then we just need one more location. But I have to be honest, it takes me longer than I would prefer to find this. And, you know, fun fact for you, it is quite possible that if you had the collectible detector all the way powered up, that it might actually reveal the locations with a blue halo circle. Now, as you might remember, I have opted to not upgrade it all the way because it does sort of guide us to some of the important things. But if you have it all the way up, it's going to guide you to everything. And it looks so overwhelming and confusing that I opted to just not to for now. So you can see like ships and certain things, it does definitely highlight, but they're, you know, all the Kyber bricks and everything scattered throughout, it does not. So it's just up to you whether you guys want to spend the money, which isn't a problem at this point. You should be able to afford that. And look at that. There's the last piece. And booyakashow, it's right there. All right. Now, here's a fun fact for you. I actually totally set this clip up to do an edit, and then I didn't edit it out. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you just do it now, Brian? Well, because the way my process is, I had actually already documented all the quick links. So if I were to edit that now, more than half of the quick links would be wrong, and I'd have to redo that. And that's just not something I wanted to do. So I apologize for the extra 4 or 5 seconds of slip up there that I actually set up for a perfect edit and then didn't edit. But I think we'll survive. I think we're all good. But there you can see we've got a bunch of stuff we've returned, and we've got a choice. We could choose a tent, a tower, or I guess I missed the middle one. But we go ahead and build it up, and I think he tells us, oh, it's a king. I'm a king. No, maybe. I love it. A castle fit for the king. See, there you go. For some reason, it actually makes you second guess. Like, are you sure you want to build that for him? And I'm not sure. Again, maybe I missed something. Maybe I should have built it into something different, and maybe it would have rewarded. I don't know. But we got 100% on the level, so it couldn't have been anything too spectacular. Maybe some studs or something. You guys let me know if there's something that I missed there. All right, next up, we're going to go ahead and target the ship. Stinky Sinking is the name of this, and we're going to unlock the B-Wing Starfighter. Now, you could use the Force and manipulate those boxes around, or you could try your luck in the quicksand and find that it's pretty quicksandy. No, we're going to get to this ledge over here, kind of close to this box. With the jetpack on, you can double jump and float out there to grab it without having to move or do nothing. So, Stinky Sinking is officially complete. Now, we've also got a Kyber brick sitting basically right on top of where we are right now, and all you need to do is simply pull out a silver brick breaker, and, you know, whatever your favorite villain character is, or whichever one is assigned to you, blow up the silver box. It's actually going to give you a handful of buildable bricks. Fasten them up to this orange apparatus here, and it's going to give us a grapple point. So toggle over to somebody with those grappling capability. Oh, come on. No, you know you can't make that. All right, so our grappler was out chilling, and, you know, AI being not so I again. We'll go ahead and get our grapple on it, and it reveals a Kyber brick. Thank you very much. Look what we got here. See, I tried to use that in the beginning. We're going to luke around. I don't know if anybody caught that or not. Hopefully you didn't. It was a bad joke. All right, hey, right behind that silver box, there is going to be a twirly pole laying on the ground. Use your favorite Force-based character to go ahead and lift it up and to snatch it into place. And look at that. We've got it all into place. Now we can use our same Jedi character to go ahead and get all the way to the top. That's right. Hippa to the hoppa, all the way to the top. Find a footing, complete. Moving along to the next one. It happens to be a data card. We're going to pick up the Dagobah data card, which is just kind of tucked into this little corner over here. And a little bit of a map flub up there. I apologize. Now, there is a couple of grapple points right below it. All you need to do is get a grapple-based character and get the right angle. It was a little bit of a funny angle for me there. But look at that. We got up here. We'll go ahead and jump from one handheld to the next up onto the vine, or I guess the branch here, and collect it. Woo to the hoo. All right, now we got 2 data cards and no money to spend. I mean, I guess we could buy some other stuff outside of the multipliers, but you guys know that breaks my #1 rule. We don't spend any monies on anything we don't need, and right now, we only need those multipliers. We got all the characters and abilities we need, so we just need those multipliers. All right, hey, look at this tree over here. We've been here before, haven't we? We're going to go ahead and use the box down below to hop up and follow the vines and handhelds all the way up and around. Basically, we need to get to this point where we can drop down onto this zip line, which I did it the hard way. I tried to vine jump and then use my grapple, and that was way harder than just zip lining down. But we need to get around to this other side, and then we need to switch to a character with the force. Now, there is a ladder there I recommend knocking down because that'll save you from having to repeat that same process of going up and around. And look at me now. I got a case of the character switcheroos again. I need to have a Jedi character, but my other character was a Jedi character, so I didn't want to like switch up and have him run up. So I just went to my secondary character and toggled to another Jedi. I know it was kind of confusing, maybe more steps than I needed to do, but for the video purposes, I wanted it to be separate. I didn't want to have to repeat that whole climb up there. But swing from a hairy vine, complete. All right, next up, we've got have a nice Dagobah. We're having a nice Dagobah already, and this one's kind of tucked up. We're going to need the net launcher to get there, and there's 2 or 3 different ways to get up here. In fact, we're using sort of the backdoor entrance, and we'll go ahead and make our way all the way up and around, and there we find a couple of spots that need some nets. So we'll switch to a scavenger character, pull out our net launcher, and place a couple of nets on the tree stump there. That should allow us to get out. Is that a stump? I guess it's more of just a tree. Well, you know what it is. It's there. Use the net launcher and have a nice Dagobah break. All right, this next one with the force. This is the one that we talked about earlier. We came here in our character mission. Figured I'd run towards the front to make it easier. It's right in the middle of the Dragonsnake Bog. And this one requires us to basically solve a puzzle and match things up. Now, the rumor gives you some sort of tip that you have to count the wisps or something. I don't remember how it is, but ultimately just follow along how I do it here. We're going to go ahead and place the K-like item, object, whatever you want to call it, over on the far right side, followed by the number 7. That's right. Next up, we're going to actually put in I believe it's the square. It's kind of like and then the final one will be the V. So I don't know if it spells something. Like I couldn't figure this out. Honestly, I could not. It took me a good 20 minutes to figure this out on my own, just spinning these dials and trying different things. I read a bunch of, I read the rumor like 17 times. For whatever reason, it took me forever to figure it out. But we got VO7, whatever the last one is. But like I said, match up the items like we did, and you should be good to go. Yeah, see, VOIK, Voik. I mean, I don't think that spells anything. You guys maybe can drop comments down below and explain what I'm missing here. All right, next up, Kyber brick number 13, timing training. This one can be extremely tricky if you don't know the quick little tip here, which we're going to show you. There is 4 different switches that you need to stand on, and you need to do it within a certain amount of time. So here's what I'm going to suggest. 3 are right by each other, and 1 is all lonely by itself. Toggle to your secondary character and place him on top of the one solo one. As soon as the timer resets and it recognizes that Buddy's standing on it and the timer starts counting down, go ahead and top off the other 3. Should be super, super easy as long as these little dragons don't come in and ruin your day. Like, if I'd have been a little slower, he would have knocked his blocker right off that, and I would have had to reload my bro. All right, Treetop Tribute. This one is, well, as you might guess, probably up in a tree, huh? We're going to go ahead and follow the waypoint marker up into this weird space, which doesn't seem like you're supposed to be up here. But as it turns out, there is a vine. We're going to go ahead and climb all the way to the top of that guy. We're actually going to get all the way to the very top of the brick. Look at that. I was thinking you're going to have to swoop around and maybe kind of do some zigging and zagging to get to the top, but nope, not the case. So last but not least, we have one more Kyber brick. This one is called Reflect and Learn, and it's actually going to be inside the Dark Side Cave, which can be found in the high right side of the map, or the northeast corner. Now we're going to make our way all the way over and in there. This is the cave that the R5D4 said, oh, that's way too scary. And I confirmed it was, in fact, a little on the scary side. We're going to go ahead and advance inside, and we're going to notice a door with red on it. It's kind of pink, actually, but I like saying red better, so we'll call it red. And basically, as soon as we walk in, the sun comes busting through the ceiling and hits a crystal on one of these, like, column-like things, and it shines it on over. So basically, follow along. We're going to use the Force to place a mirror to reflect, and we're going to spin this guy all the way around and remove the red door, pink door, to give us some studdage. And then we're going to place it right over in this corner, which looks like there's nothing there, but as it turns out, there is a little spot of debris that we need to take out. And it will allow the light to shine through and hit another crystal on the other side in another room, which also activates another push switch. So we're going to try to find our bearing here and see if we can, which way do I go? Figure out where to go here. And there's a red door, red door. Okay, that's not, okay, here we go. We got it over on the far left. It's kind of the middle left, but we'll swoop around the back side and we'll spin this guy around. And what we want to do is blast it out into the front room, kind of by where we entered, and that's going to actually remove the pink door. But this door actually has another one of those mirrors that we can use. We got to use the Force. You might be able to pick it up, I suppose, with your bare handsies, but we're going to use the Force. Lift it out of the room. We got it in all the way over across the hall, and it's actually in the far right room across the hall. So be careful not to take it into the room with the light already in it. And look at that. That should activate the push switch again. So now we got to run back to that same spot we just were. And then instead of having it move into the front room, we need to have it spin around off to the far left room. In fact, there we go. We got to go double back into the push switch and spin it around. This guy should hit the far left one. And now it should activate that, which we can spin this guy around and blast the final pink door across the way, which we actually have run by a couple of times now. And it should reveal the final Kyber brick. And look at that. I do a little bit of stud farming after we get done here. I got like, I don't know, 500,000 or something. I basically was trying to see how high I could get, how far I could get without having to leave the planet and really do any grinding. And I didn't get very far. So a little bit of grindage after every collection video, I think, is probably going to be pretty standard. Next data card that we purchase is, I think, 48 million. So we got a long ways to go before we get there. But all right, make your way out of the cave by coming in the same way. Basically just run backwards. And booyah kashow, we are officially done with Dragonsnake Bog, which is part of Dagobah. And look at that, 15, 15, 101, 22, 101, woo to the who. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video for Dragonsnake Bog. If you did, don't forget to click that like button or maybe drop a comment down below. Let us know how fun it was. Of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com is available for your viewing pleasure as well. Check us out on social media. But for me, as always, until next time, flip.